Our first speaker today is Mr. S Vishwanathan, or KSV as he is fondly called. He's a seasoned technology and IT services leader with an exceptional track record for building, scaling, and transforming businesses. He serves as an advisory board member to a spectrum of companies focused on engineering R&D, global capability centers, AI solutions enterprise, cybersecurity, thought leadership entity, and a next generation technical university. He brings a unique blend of strategic vision and operational excellence, having played a pivotal role in shaping the Indian technology sector. Mr. KSV has over 4 decades of experience in top-notch IT companies such as ECIL, Wipro, and Dell. In addition, he's also served a strong stint at the Asim Premji Foundation and NASSCOM. His extensive experience includes executing transformational scaling, revenue acceleration, and profit enhancement initiatives, incubating and growing next generation startup ecosystem, establishing strong ecosystem development, customer relationships, strategic partnerships, and establishing world-class university for education and building engineering research and development and GCC ecosystem in the country. Beyond industry leadership, Mr. Viswanathan actively contributes to the broader technology landscape through his roles as governing body member of Indian Institute of Information Technology, IIIT Bangalore, governing council member of the COE for Cybersecurity and the COE for IoT, past adjunct professor BITS Plani, project approval committee member, Ministry of Electronics and IT, Government of India, and Government of Karnataka, and as a vision group member for the IT for Department of IT and BT, Government of Karnataka. So it is our honor to welcome Mr. Viswanathan to address the gathering on driving innovation, what it takes for India to dominate global automotive design and technology through GCCs.
Thank you, Viswanathan. Good morning to all of you. Thank you. How about 45 minutes, 1 hour session? What I will do is, I'll split my presentation into twofold, threefold. The last 15-20 minutes, I'll leave it to any questions that you have. And the initial 15 minutes, I'll give a perspective of where I think what I do. Thank you, Rotik. You read through my entire resume. That is, I didn't know that I've achieved so many things myself. My association with CADD Centre goes back to close about 30 years. 30 years. I was partner to CADD Centre in 1995-96 when I was serving as a regional manager for Wipro in Delhi, and very strong partnership. And Tyagarajan just told me that perhaps he is not in those lines of business that both of us together created market in that. While Ritvik mentioned in all the roles that I did, fundamentally, if I had to define myself, my role was always in business development, and very long extent, very long. I had an opportunity to work close to about 20 years at Wipro, and I'm not criticizing, not all of you, but those of you who were in the tech business, IT business, especially in the 1981 when I started, till about 2001, for 20 years, there was nothing. There was nothing. There was no internet, there was no mobile. Even if you had to meet the customer, you fix the appointment through landline, with difficulty you'll get the number. You go there, the customer says, urgent meeting, I've got meeting today is cancelled, etc. Today in a situation that all of you have, what do you call, ready to eat kind of situation, everything is there, the market has become competitive, market becomes larger. And after my stint at Wipro, in between 2 stints at Wipro, I became the country head and managing director for Dell to set up Dell in India. Very interesting, completely different environment. Dell, those days, didn't have an office, didn't have a concept of technical support. If you have a problem, you call up Wipro office, Wipro will dispatch an engineer to come and attend. Anybody who's worked in Wipro here before, I will not be very critical of Wipro, but I'll give a lot of examples of Wipro. Please take it in the right spirit. Wipro will dispatch an engineer or a technician, whatever you call it. Whereas when you go to Dell, It was other way around. If you have a problem, you call up a toll-free line. In toll-free line itself, they'll address all the problem. I remember I was trying to sell a computer to a laptop to ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank won't buy from me in Mumbai. So why the reason is, so we wanted to place an engineer at site. Whenever you have a problem, we'll call you. Then I took my laptop and I said, okay, fine. You have a problem, I'll show you how simple it is. I sat down in front of the reception counter. I said, call up this number toll-free line. Somebody picked it up and she said, the service line full of asked, what is your service tag number? I showed my laptop, she read the service tag number. He had a history of the product and immediately quickly solved my problem. After that, ICICI Bank became my customer for. We have gone through the places. Why am I saying all of this to you? In the talk about, he said India wants to become the innovation and design capital. How rightly? Although you added the word in the end for automotive segment. So I do not know why are you just still focused on automotive. Because India is becoming an innovation destination for every segment, every segment. Just to give you some data, when I was managing my CAD business in Wipro in 1996, the total Indian market that time was 100 crores. Total Indian market was 100 crores. That time there were three different players who used to cater. One was HCL. HCL will do about 30-35 crores. Wipro will do about 25-30 crores, and all others will do the balance 35 crores. Only three of us, 100 crores market. Question number one, what do you think is a total market for engineering and design exports from India? Any guess, any idea? Anyone guess? 75 billion. Nice fellow. Industry will love you. Industry will love you. The Indian exports for engineering R&D from the country is approximately 56 billion. $56 billion is what you do. And the opportunity, what we are estimating by year 2030 is 100 billion. So first in the mind, you have to think through your business is now worth 100 billion. I do not know, Parsadi, how much business you're doing right now. That is an aspiration you should do. Just give one more data to you. Out of the 56 billion business, approximately close about 11% of business, the 11% of 56 billion will be approximately about 5.5, 6.6 billion business is in the automotive space, right? Out of the 6 billion automotive space, approximately 3 billion is captured by service providers and 3 billion is done by Global Capability Center, right? So automotive itself, Global Capability Center does 3 billion and the service providers does $3 billion business. That's the way the business opportunities are. In the past, the business I knew of CAD and perhaps CADD Centre was largely, I'm talking about 15, 20 years back, was around 2D drawing and perhaps 2D, 3D spectrum. Now it is completely changed. I'm taking names. For example, if you were to visit Renault Nissan at Chennai, the bulk of the work, what they do is all what is called digital twins. Digital twin. The entire focus in Chennai is to create digital twins. If you have to visit Mercedes-Benz at Bangalore, the core work that they do is building artificial intelligence capability for gesture control car from India. Just imagine the chief executive of Mercedes-Benz, he was in Bangalore about 4 years back, and after he visited what he saw, he goes back to the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, where the show was on automotive, and he proudly said, this car, incidentally, everybody thought was manufactured in US, manufactured in Germany, says, was designed in India, right? That's the way the Indian automotive industry has come. You have to look at Volkswagen at Pune. They use engineering design completely focused on in-car experience. The entire thing is completely moved. So the reason I'm saying this is, whoever is defining the strategy along with Ritvik and Parthasarthi, when you look at the automobile segment and leverage focus on CAD/CAM, it is beyond the obvious. It could be your in-car customer experience. Most of the effort in the automobile industry is going towards building the in-car experience. Whether it's an autonomous driving, whether in terms of driverless vehicle, in terms of automotive security, this is where most of the work which is completely going on in the engineering R&D space. The second largest segment, again, today they say automotive industry, the technology is not solely purely what was once upon a time mechanical engineering. It is shifted to bit more, lots more embedded engineering. It's embedded engineering. So let's say embedded engineering, the second thing which is coming across is around cybersecurity. I'll give an cybersecurity in AI. I'll give an example for an, I do not know if you are in the line. The reason I'm saying this, my friend, that there is an opportunity beyond what you think is obvious, beyond what you think is obvious. For example, if for a large automobile multinational operator, uh, one of the problem what they're facing is the car is now today 70% is all software codes, 70% code, and perhaps there are close about 170, 200 to 300 sensors in a car, which is throwing data. And if it is go to autonomous system in that kind of driving, the data needs to be analyzed in a quick second and take a corrective action. Otherwise, the autonomous system cannot take out the full efficiency. And they were utilizing cloud. So the job was given, I'll take the name, it was given at engineers at Stuttgart and engineers given at Bangalore, saying that both of you say, how can we reduce the cloud cost from an automobile perspective? Believe it or not, the Indian team in Bangalore, they delivered much more efficiency. It was utilizing AI tool. You know, the challenge what the automobile manufacturers feel, what we get is every sensor is from multiple vendors. We are say a fuel box engineer gives us different data. Your gearing system gives different data, and all those data are not compatible one another at all. You require what is called the ETL. So the data was extracted in the common format and put together. The Indian engineers demonstrated additional 10% saving than perhaps what the German engineers could do. This is the way of the new world. The Indian tech industry, as it is, which was $10 million business in 1996, today is approximately 300 billion. Talking about this, I recollect, I do not know, Partha was also there. We were all in that phase of life when Indian industry was just about 1986 was 10 million exports, and countries like Europe and America would say, poor India, what can we do for them? In 2001, all of us changed the situation. Today, the Americans say, what can India do for us? That's the way the complete transformation has happened, right? That is what completely transformed the way all of us have worked, all of us have demonstrated, begun. The reason it happened is, one, of course, in 1991, India had a balance of crisis, no foreign exchange to spend and buy. So the Ministry of Electronics IT, they were desperately waiting for ideas how the money could be raised. So bunch of 7, 8, 10, the software leaders like Azim Premji, Narayan Murthy, Nandan Nilekani, Ramadurai, they all sat down together and they went and told Government of India, we will help you generate the software revenue that you require. You help us getting what is required in terms of export clearances. Government of India says, is it true? It's a true incident. I'm talking about this is in 1991. Government of India said, how much of software export revenue can you commit? We were 10 million. With hesitantly, we say we'll do 100 million. I said, forget it, 100 million and all, you'll not get any politician's attention. You commit 10 billion by 2000, I will give you all export. Each of them looked at 10 billion, they never seen, they didn't even know how many zeros are there. Right? They just looked at each other and they said, nothing to lose, let's commit. I will not say lose commit at that level. They said, let's give it try, everything done. Right? I'm not exaggerating. They said, okay, sir, will commit $10 billion in 2000. Guess what? In 2001, we were $13 billion. Right? That's the way our power to reimagine what will be done has completely transformed. I remember when, I don't know how many of you know, when was the India's first commercial internet started? Any idea? Exactly 30 years back in 1995. The first commercial internet service started. Nobody knew India is going to have commercial internet services. And today, thanks to good internet, thanks to good infrastructure, Thanks, not the traffic infrastructure, every road is not dug up. Chennai is still better than Bangalore. Leave it aside. I don't know anyone from Bangalore here. Oh, wow, wow. They'll all agree. But Chennai is still dug up. Chennai is still better. But having said that, good infrastructure, good talent, good capability, etc. Then came the inflow of multinational companies, what we now call Global Capability Center. Right? In Global Capability Center, the first one to come into India was in 1985, Texas Instruments. Texas Instruments at Bangalore. They came in and said, how do we take advantage of the good leadership that we have in India, good talent that we have in India? Then in year 2000, lot of them came. In year 2013, when Amazon, Google, Meta, when they started completely digitizing their services, another burst of people took place. Come COVID, if India had not powered on its entire infrastructure in by 2021, the world would have shut down. Right? All of us once again stood up. We braved the COVID thing, demonstrated that extra hours of work required. In 2021, every world stock exchange, every healthcare system, every manufacturing system survived. I'm not exaggerating, survived because of the capability that India provided to them. So that is why the resilience is very high. Today, India is home to close about 50%. 50% of the global enterprises capability center outside the home country is in India, right? The largest is in Bangalore at about 38%, 14% is in Hyderabad, 17% is in Gurgaon, Noida region, but 24% is in Mumbai, Pune region, and Chennai is about 14%. And now one fastly catching up region is Coimbatore. Coimbatore is the next fast going up. Coming back to the automotive space and GCC that we talked about, as I said, that business automotive ER&D is approximately 6 billion for you. 50% is done by service providers, whether it's KPITs of the world or your who's the other strongest? Tata Elxsi is the world. Tata Elxsi is strong. Tata Technology is strong. They are on the one side of the fence. There are few startups giving a boutique solutions available. Then you have your multinational corporation together. They're all looking for capacity. They're all looking for capacity around cybersecurity. They're all looking capacity for good, capable solution, what is required. So this is the opportunity that you're going to deal with. And your competition is not in terms of prices. I'm telling you, your competition is not prices. Having talked about prices, and as I said in my entire business role, all through my life, my business role, what I did at Wipro helped me a lot. And as I was driving the transformation at NASSCOM, where I spent 13 years, I was told one day morning when I joined NASSCOM, Viswanathan, the engineering industry is $6 billion business in 2011, $12 billion business, 2011, please grow it. And I said, I ended my full-time tenure in 2024. In a span of 13 years, we moved from 12 billion to 56 billion, right? It is just that everybody joined together, put together. The reason for shifting is just that you have confidence is doing. Again, if you ask me for 60 billion, I'm happy, I'm not happy. Perhaps missed an opportunity to hit 100 billion. I'm working with them to realize 100 billion. The reason I'm saying this is, likewise, Global Capability Center. Nobody knew what Global Capability Center can do from India. Today, on an average, there is 2 Global Capability Centers getting opened per week in India. That is the number we are talking about. Most of them are coming, spreading. So if the reason I'm saying why Global Capability Center is important, they are now wanting to play premium role with all of you to the kind of services that's required. The reason I'm saying is, in my belief in world which I've lived in, you don't win a deal just because you are lowest in prices, and you don't lose a deal just because you are highest in prices. How many of you agree to this? Only the front benchers. So any one of you, you all believe that you don't have to be the lowest price. I'm not saying every time you will be the highest price, you're going to get the deal. I'm not saying that either. You don't have to be lowest price ever to win the deal. What matters is your relationship, ability to sell the value proposition completely transformed. I recall it also requires little bit, I'll not use the word cunning, but it's important. Leverage your enthusiasm to convert an opportunity into sales. I recollect when I was in Dell. I was in Dell. I was trying to sell to a company called EXL Services, my desktops and laptops, EXL Services. And Dell had just outsourced all his work to a company called Spectra Mind, a company called Spectra Mind. So every time I used to go meet Mr. Vikram Talwar, is the business owner of EXL, he'll say, why should I give business to Dell, who is giving business to my competition, Spectra Mind? I said, okay, fine, I can't do anything. Then for me, luckily, Mr. Michael Dell was coming down to India. I had an honor to host him in Bangalore and held a session. So he said, I want to meet all the BPM service providers to understand what can I do more. So I called for a BPM service providers meet with Michael Dell, did not call Vikram Talwar EXL services, did not call him. But I ensure the message reached Vikram Talwar. Viswanathan is holding such program in Bangalore. He has not been invited. That he got offended. He said one day he called me at the meeting was on 30th of March 2002. On 27th of March, he called me up and said, Viswanathan, I understand your Michael Dell is coming to India. I said, yes, sir. I understand you're holding a roundtable meeting in Bangalore. I said, yes, sir. I understand you're holding and everybody, I have not been called. I said, yes, sir. May I know the reason why I have not been invited? So you don't give business to me. I don't want to have an embarrassment. Michael Dell asks you, whom are you buying from? You say HP. I don't want to rest my job. I do it. Is that the only reason? If I place orders on you, can you also come? I said, please come, sir. Then immediately he was placing order for 500 boxes to HP. He cancelled it, placed it on to me. And he said, Vishwanathan, place it. Then you send me invite. So he came, I invited him. Then he walks in, I was briefing Michael Dell. Who are all the people I'm meeting? I said, you will meet one Vikram Talwar. He is from EXL. He has placed an order on to us just to meet you. So he said, okay, don't worry, I'll manage. So Michael Dell will make some calls outside. Then Michael Dell walks into the room and gives a start to everyone. He goes to Vikram Talwar. Vikram says, I'm Vic Talwar from EXCL. In meeting, Michael Dell said, Vic, thank you for the order. I just checked it, but it got dispatched yesterday. Thank you for the business. That's it, over. That's it, over forever. That customers with us. And the 500 boxes become 50,000 boxes for a period of time. The point I'm saying is, for each one of the account that handling, if you have a strategy, you will win. You will win. Of course, I had an advantage being an Tamilian, having spent all my time at Delhi, right? The Tamilians in government offices in Delhi thing is our man in IT industry. And I used to speak Hindi well, so North Indian thing is our man in South Indian Vesham is there, etc., etc. So everybody used to chase, compete with each other to call me out for discussion at Wipro to get business out in. The point I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, I will work with Parthasarthi and Ritvik. How do I work with all of you to make your strategy competitive? The key point here I'm saying is Indian engineering industry is poised to be 100 billion. Indian Global Capability Technology Center, which is approximately, like Indian industry is about 56 billion. The Global Capability Center today is approximately $70 billion. Out of $70 billion, close to about say $40 billion is engineering R&D. After automobile, second largest segment is telecom and semiconductor. Telecom and semiconductor put together accounts for close about 22%. 11% semiconductor, 11% telecom put together. Reason I'm saying is, future of your automobile industry is to, I could be wrong, I do not know, still focus on mechanical. The future, in my opinion, is not so much mechanical, is more towards embedded. If we get embedded, there is no talent available in India for embedded. All the technology talent that is coming out of the engineering colleges today in the country is all based on mechanical engineering, on the silos of civil engineering, electrical engineering. And sometime back, about in 2015-16, it was fashionable to talk about mechatronics. Everybody says mechatronics, mechanical, electronic, etc. There's a hype created that also diffused. And finally, now today, people are saying embedded. Believe it or not, at NASSCOM also, they are trying to generate how do we create talent for embedded. There is no talent. If you all, I was told that one of the business lines that you all do is to develop people for Python capabilities. That's a good idea, good thing to do. But if you go beyond Python capabilities, they're looking at AI capabilities, beyond the programming capabilities, embedded system capabilities, cloud to embedded capabilities, cloud to cybersecurity capabilities, cybersecurity embedded capabilities, can bring those interface point. That's going to be a huge, huge opportunity for all of us to enjoy it, right? So that's the way I see it. Continue to work on your core principle. CAD Center is a great brand name, great brand name. Look, don't ignore the GCC market. Mark my word again, I'm not criticizing the Indian service providers. Way back in 2011, 2012, the total Indian IT export was approximately about 140 billion. In 140 billion, the GCCs were approximately about 30%. The IT services was approximately the balance 70%. In 2025 March, the total output Indian export is approximately 210 billion. The GCCs are 80 billion. So this year, the way it is going, India would be surviving its technology growth because of the GCCs. So please look at GCCs as a business opportunity, a sure shot opportunity. The ER&D space beyond Bangalore is in Pune, Chennai, and Coimbatore. Pune and Chennai, Coimbatore, Noida in North NCR region, and I'm particularly working with Madhya Pradesh government to make Indore as a belt for engineering R&D. I'm also working with Vishak, Andhra Pradesh government to make non-engineering site to focus on that. If we can embed AI, if we can embed embedded system, if we can embed engineering R&D, if we can embed GCC in your strategic plan, it is a sure shot win for success, right? I will pause here my one phase of it. Before I go second, I can take any questions that you have. Please feel free. I've been like you, I've grown up like you. If I took the situation that I work hard, and it's my time to give back any feedback that I can give to you. Please feel free. Anything on, yes, sir, I'll take you. Including on anything you feel on sales, let me know again. That's my core strength. If you can introduce yourself, what line of business you're in CADD Centre. I'm told CADD Centre is not the CADD Centre and I knew before. You're in multiple lines now.
My name is Gopi Shankar. So I'm running CADD Centre, Dream Zone, Liver, Synergy. And I have a question.
Yeah.
We have recently launched automotive embedded 2 months back. I heard there is a lot of skilled manpower gap in automotive embedded. Is it true?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, first question. Second, I want to know how to become, largest in India, training center in India. What are the expertise it's required in terms of technical?
No, more than what is the expertise required. I tell you what it's a good point. Why did I say emphasis? Yes. While at NASSCOM, we were talking to all the engineering service providers and also the automobile providers like Continental Automotive or Bosch Automotive, etc., what is required. Bosch went and signed up with Amrita College in Coimbatore to introduce a course on embedded for students to come out. About say 150, 200 people from Amrita College in Coimbatore come out with embedded background, but only 11, 12 used to get absorbed by Bosch, is available for the industry. It is important. I'll be happy to facilitate the conversation if you can work with agencies like NASSCOM and others to co-create the content. If you have to work with successful embedded thing, it's important you don't sell to them as a vendor. You don't sell to them as a thing. You become what is called partner. What in today's buzzword is you co-create. You work with them. What can we do together to make it happen? If we can do that, that's the way to do it. It is doable, and I'm happy to facilitate that conversation. Right now, the academic system in India, exactly the model that CADD Centre followed. I'm going back to 95, 96 when good mechanical engineers are coming. There was a gap between the engineering graduates who were coming in, what the industry requirement was, and CADD Centre was filling them to be ready for the job. That requirement is going to be at least 100,000 to 200,000 people more for the industry, the tech industry for engineering R&D. That is the opportunity by 2030. So you have to look at 200,000 people is required. Entire Indian academic system will take 10 more years to do it. If you can plug that, that's an opportunity for you. Is available. I'm happy to work with CADD Centre to facilitate that. Yes, sir.
Sir, I'd like to introduce
My old friend, Subramaniam.
Dear friends, I'd like to bridge a small point here. So we would like you to speak a little bit on sales leadership. The crowd here, we have a beautiful mixture starting from almost zero at sales level to people who are with about 20 plus years of experience in sales, both from our company directly and from the franchise network. Dear friends, if you would like to notice one point which Sir mentioned, he tells somebody, look, I'm not inviting you because you didn't give me the business. In sales, you need that guts. I've actually felt this with a lot of franchise partners here, and I've told you, I've complimented you, but not all of you have that. You are always working under a fear that you may lose the business many times. So we are really there, so you don't have to worry about losing it. So something.
It's a great point. Oh, I didn't want to talk about my life, which is already over. But I'll come back. It's a good question. You know, there are 5 or 6 principles which I followed. I started with Partha many times during my younger days, right? First thing which is important as a salesperson's life is your commitment to commitment. If you assume, suppose somebody gives you a check, right? The check bounces, right? You go to the bank, it bounces. Second time they give you a check. Second time also it bounces. Third time they give you a check. What will you tell him or tell her? Don't give me check, give me cash. Right? Commitment to commitment is very high. For me, that is important. I was talking to him. In Wipro, when I worked, Wipro was completely different company. You achieve you're measured every year end by April 1st, whether achieved your target by March 31st or not. Right? When I joined Dell, it was other way around. It was every quarter. When I joined them, it was every quarter you achieve, and I'm not used to every quarter. Quarter is every quarter. And when I was exiting after 4 years, it was every week. Every week you achieve. And I had an opportunity to meet with Michael Dell once when he came to, he called me up and he says, on Friday morning, he says, on week 8 of a quarter, he says, what is the number? I said, what number? 3 o'clock Indian morning time. I said, Michael, it is Indian entry. Yeah, I know 3 a.m. It's only 3 or 6 p.m. in the US. Tell us what's going on. What's the number? Then I gave the number grudgingly and I do not know what number I committed. Pray to God, the number got achieved. Then I asked him once in my one-on-one meeting, why do you ask his number? He says, why was Dell successful? Because the commitment to commitment is very, very strong. The end of 6th week, who are the sales managers is important. The end of 6th week in a quarter, that is midterm in a quarter, you've done your farming, you've done your seeding, etc. You have a fair estimate how the quarter will shape up for you. So you give an estimate, I'll do say $10 million with a 60% confidence level. At the end of 8th week, you give a number with 80% confidence level. At the end of 10th week, you give a number which is 95% confidence level. Because what you say on the 10th week, Michael Dell's office will assimilate across the country all the number that's coming in. He calls the analyst and says, I'm going to deliver $5 billion revenue this quarter. That's it. Based on the number what you give. For a salesman, when we say integrity in Dell, in addition to integrity, what is important to them is your data integrity. So for me, that data integrity is very, very, very critical. Secondly, in my sales leadership, I always believe a salesperson's life should be like 2 animals I look at, or whatever. One is anaconda, and another is fox. Salesman has to be like a fox. What is a fox? If you put fox in a cage, it will never stop in one place. It will always smell the 4 corners, look at what is going on, what is way out. I can give an example how I did that. And other one is anaconda. Anaconda, if you see how it eats its prey, it will not grab and eat. it will circle and circle and circle and circle. See that no gap left for it to move out, then around it will reach. Right? Your road should be like an anaconda. Don't try to go transaction and go to the deal, grab it, turns and do it. Give him feed, give him feed, give him feed, each out of the hand, each out of the hand, each out of the hand. After it is so stuck up with you, it just can't make and I want the example. That is very personal. So it is important. I'll give an example. Keeping the eyes and ears open. It's an open secret. I was in Delhi market. I used to handle National Informatics Center, largest customer, and leader was Dr. N. Sheshagiri, and he was not buying from Wipro except the EX1000 dot matrix printer. So what's happened is the financial officer of NAC called me up in Delhi saying that Viswanathan, I need a printer knob. My printer knob is down. The printer knob will cost only 27 rupees. I just said, give me a purchase order and I'll supply you the knob. So how much is the value? I said 27 rupees. 27 rupees will come and take it from me, rupees itself, and give me the knob. Luck would have it, I took the knob, went to his office. In government offices, when they buy it, they have something called green sheet. In green sheet, they will write down proposal to buy 486 system from etc. For me, when I went to deliver my printer knob, he was busy, he was talking to the phone, looking other side. Like a fox, I looked at what is going on in his table. I read through the entire green sheet. The green sheet said, proposal to buy DCM Cosmos 486 system from DCM. It was on August 11th, 1989, right? So when he turned back, I gave the knob, thank you, I collected my 27 rupees extra. Then he said, sir, understand you're buying 486 system. No. He said, I'm not buying etc. He didn't know that I read through the entire note, right? He said, no, sir, who told you? I said, Subramani told me. I don't know who Subramani was. He is a decent fellow, etc. NIC is a large organization. Oh, then he said, he suspected, I've seen the note, he took the note and kept it aside. It confirmed to me that he is buying indeed one. Then I go to meet one called Kamlakar call. Understand you buy a 486 system. He said, who told you? He said, Zail Singh told me. He said, Zail Singh told you? Zail Singh is the financial officer. He said, yes. And he said, that is so. I said, why are you asking me? He said, I also have a 486 system at Wipro. You have a 486 system? I said, yes. Then he took me to Dr. Sheshagiri. Dr. Sheshagiri was buying the 486 system DCM on a single tender proprietary basis. The moment he comes to know that Wipro is also a 486 system, he'll be questioned by audit. Then he said, Vishwanathan, I'll give the audit the system to you if you can buy it from, if you can also supply it to me first. I went in the morning, delivered a printer knob on 27 rupees. I walked with an order for 2.7 crores. Right? It is just that being available, aware to what is available, but just 27. Whether I should thank the printer knob being available or Zail Singh's call, Zail Singh getting a phone call, my eyes being sharp to, I didn't wear a glass door stand to go through the green sheet completely, whatever has happened. So I am saying, please look for opportunities around you. That is huge. And secondly, from a sales perspective, I want some volunteer. Anyone who is the best person I can talk to from here, Subramaniam, on sales who close a good deal. You pick up your job. So you want a volunteer? Give a mic to him. Hard questions, please answer. When was the...
I will try my best, sir.
What is the name?
Shaijat.
Huh?
Shaijat.
Shaijat. What is the deal size that you want?
What is the?
Deal size.
Deal size. Deal size should be around 3 crores.
3 crores. Okay. Who was your competition?
Sir, but not in CAD.
That's okay. But you must have encountered somebody as a competition, right?
So basically, I am into a business of printing. So competition is really huge. So
now give me somebody who fought and deal with the competition. The reason I'm trying to say is, you wanted to go, sir, just do it. I want to explain a point, not to hurt you, sir. Sorry.
I was in Saudi. My name is John Matthew. I was in Saudi Arabia till 99. I had a very big challenge to beat Xerox versus OC machines. Okay, now Xerox, the pricing was less than 50% than what was OC. Okay, so a lot of deals went forward, lot of paperwork went forward, and Xerox also was there. I was also there. I was alone, but when they hear that I am there, Xerox, yeah, they come with the international sales manager, technical sales manager, but 3 or 4 people to attack for that deal, you know.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
In the deal, who was the buyer? Who is the buyer according to you?
Zamir Steel.
No. Who is the buyer? In a customer and you go to sell,
Yeah.
who is the buyer? Is it the buyer the person who the purchase man is the buyer?
No.
Who is the buyer?
The design department.
In my opinion,
Yeah.
the buyer is the person who has got the final authority to approve.
Yes, that's what it is.
Right?
Yeah.
The final authority to approve is the person who's got the budget.
Yeah.
Then what happens in a typical sales cycle, global sales cycle situation, in a large deal site that talked about, it's never a one-man decision. It's a group of people work together, take a decision.
Yes.
It could be your procurement officer, it could be your financial officer. A bunch of people sit down together, they take a strategic decision.
Right.
When a group of people sit down together, take a strategic decision, tempers run high, egos run high.
Yes.
It is important you meet all of them in a group of people who are taking decision.
Yeah.
Put together, do it.
Okay.
The concept I'm trying to explain, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
The concept I'm explaining is, in a sales leadership, every person, including me standing in front of you, there's a concept called win and result. Have you heard of this concept of win and result? Wins are personal. Wins are personal. Results are organizational. For example, in the case of NIC, the win for Dr. Sheshagiri to buy from me was, I understood that, I played that game. The game was in 89, September 6th, annual Computer Society of India show was taking place in Bangalore, right? And Sheshagiri had gone them and said that I would love to be the chief guest to give a keynote address as a CSI initiative. CSI people, they said, who are you from coming to Delhi in Bangalore? We'll do it ourselves. They said, ignored him. And he wanted to prove that, to tell them, I want to tell them that I am the best scientific temperament in the world. He told us in DCM, I'll place 2 machines, each 486 order system to you, provided you deliver to me on 31st of August. This is on 13th of August, it tells us, deliver on 31st of August. There's no product ready. Wipro also didn't have ready, TCM was ready. But we created this 31st of August. Then he calls me up on 2nd of September or 1st of September, says, get Mr. Premji, tomorrow is the inauguration. Luck with me again. I went back to the office and my manager at that time was Krishna Kumar who ran Mindtree. I told KK, Sheshagiri wants Premji tomorrow. Look at my luck. I said, very good, very good, very good. I'm also struggling to get a meeting done for Premji. He said, one slot free, can you take it? Exactly the slot to match with me. So I go inaugurate. On 2nd of September, the inauguration took place. 3rd of September, all the newspapers in India, all the TV channels in India says NIC and Dr. Sheshagiri are the first users of India's own super mini computer system based on 486. It took the thunder away from CSI. The win for Sheshagiri to be seen as that I am the person who created the 486 domain for the country. The result for Sheshagiri is NIC gets a good 20 user system. Point I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, for every customer of yours, there is a win. If Parthasadi calls me, there is a win for me to be seen in Chennai crowd as a person who is visible. Otherwise, if Ritvik had not resume, many of you wouldn't have known Viswanathan who he is. That's my win. Results are, I'm addressing, as I told the people in CADD Centre, a team enthusiastic people who stand to gain from the wisdoms. So for every sales situation, identify who is your buyer. For each buyer, identify your wins and results. Mark my word, if you do this wins and results and what is your thing, you will not lose that deal. You will, just because you're L1, there are opportunities, many of you must be facing to be knocking. The door is not getting open. Like where I was waiting on, say, Vikram Talwar. Vikram Talwar EXL. His win was to be seen as top 5 BPM players in the country. Results was that his win was to have a photograph with Michael Dell. Result was an EXL gets a good finder box machine. So every person, every individual, all of us youngsters here, in every life, every man and every woman is always doing some sales job better. To get the job done for the spouses, they do sales. Right? All of us, vice versa, and vice versa. They have to get things done, they do sales. What are they doing? They look at the moon and speak. So he's looking at his spouse. I didn't mean you, sir. So this is, I'm saying, if you can get your win done, understand the result done, your deal is done. So please have the philosophy. That has been my sales team. Be a fox, be an anaconda, understand the win, understand the results, and be in touch, be in relationship, be networking. Nothing great, but what I did was, again, I was trying to crack in Delhi, one more account, very tough account, South Indian decision maker, Tamilian decision maker. Every time I used to go knock him, his PA will say, no, today is busy, send off, etc. I know the way to do it. So I didn't know what to do. I used to find out a little bit more about his family. All the South Indians in Delhi, they all go to only one temple. His wife also used to go to temple every Friday evening, 7 o'clock. I also landed in the same temple at 7 o'clock. Right at Wipro. There's 7 o'clock temple, 3 times a month, 4 times a meet. If you're familiar, then I used to have a car and I said, Madam, where are you going? She said, I'm going to so place. Can I drop you? So I knew his husband would have come back to office. At 7 o'clock was 3 times I dropped. 4 times they said, why don't you come, husband, meet my husband and go. I go there, I said, he says, thank you very much for dropping. Where do you work? I said, Viswanathan from Wipro. How come I have not met you? I'm Radha Krishnan from this place. He said, come and meet me in the office. That account was mine forever. Right? I'm saying, every sales situation, figure a way out. You will win. It's nothing to feel ashamed. When I joined Wipro, everybody used to feel that calling yourself salesperson is bad. When I look back the 44 years of sales line, the best profession in the world is to be a salesperson. How great you are. Every day is different, every word is different, every situation is different, every moment is different. You exist for yourself, creating value for the country. This is exactly what I did. With this, I say thank you so much for things. If there's anything more, I'm available to you to Ritvik and Ritvik Parsadi and Mr. Pathasardi. Call me, I'm at your service. I'm now helping companies in GCC getting AI ready. I'm helping companies ready for cybersecurity. I'm working with an university to get next generation good technology university to get good talent for the industry. If I can get many of you as a successful salesman for the future, it's my honor to support you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vishwanathan. So he talked about a lot. I have a lot of stats here, but I think in the interest of time, the biggest takeaway, ladies and gentlemen, is there is a lot of opportunity in engineering, R&D, and technology in India. Point number one. Point number two, if any of you had any doubts about the strategy that our organization is taking, I don't think you should have any doubts now, because he talked about embedded technology, he talked about cybersecurity, he talked about cloud, and we're building competence in all three in Livewire, okay? So the message is clear. Let's put our head down and make sure we build competence for the country to make us the innovation capital of the world. Thank you so much, sir. I'd like to call upon our chairman, Mr. Pathasardi, to felicitate Mr. Vishwanath.